baited back up this morning. Woke up in there. A big sounder come in last night. Come over here, drizzling rain. We're gonna bait back up. Got it all baited back up. Got an antenna issue, but we're gonna work through it. Get my ladder back down. And come here. We lost a piece to the antenna when I was setting it up, I guess. So we're running off the factory antenna. But anyway, I'll get my ladder, throw it back over here in the bushes. Antenna's just hanging right there, and I got the factory antenna back on it. Anyway,
we got decent service.
We got decent service, but it kind of hangs up every now and then. But we do have our antenna up there just for looks, I guess. New controller. Kayla wants to do a test drop. Yep, she's still good. So we'll be back with y'all hopefully in the morning, knocking heads. We was actually planning to drop this thing this night. It was like on a Sunday night, and it just didn't work out. You can see some of the pigs that you see here, you will see at a later time that when we did drop, but there was on the outside. But we watched them. There was 2 sounders in this group. We had one at dusk and one at daylight that was coming in, and this whole deal just didn't work out like we wanted it to, and it's mainly my fault. As you see right there, the number of pigs that was in the trap. Here we are next morning rebaiting. Gonna do a little short right here, so we kind of decorated it up real nice for y'all.
Cut that. I got to pick it up. Put it right there.
This evening right here, service was horrible. We actually fixed the antenna, and I guess when in the process of fixing the antenna, I turned the directional antenna a little bit, and the service was horrible. Like so bad we couldn't even log in at sometimes, or if you did log in, you were getting locked off. So what you are watching is not what we were watching, and it was nothing but amateur hour. What happens after all this is nothing but an amateur, and I was sick at myself for doing it, but no good service. You shouldn't even be dropping it, but I knew we had to get on the board. We were going to be so far behind in this thing, we wasn't going to be able to catch up because there was other teams catching pigs. So I messed the whole deal up. We, you see that spotted pig coming around. This is the group that we wanted to catch in the beginning, But there's also another group, and the pigs had kind of got together this night. So I could tell that in what few little pictures that we were getting, but it was terrible. I'm chasing around in the trap, running each other out. We don't drop like that. We want them calm, and we're not going to pull the trigger on them until they are calm. But what y'all are watching, and it is not what we saw. We would get one clip of pigs, number of pigs in there, and like, oh, that's the big ones. And I finally told Caleb, I'm finna drop this thing, and I did, and it's coming up here in a minute. You see the number of adults right there, and there's actually more there than what you see. Um, I didn't even see this. This must have been when the camera I had logged out or trying to log back in or something. But I got this off the camera later after we made the drop. But that shows me right there that if I'd have been patient, they would have came on in, and we could have got the whole 2 sounders and 1 lead. But if y'all like watching some of this stuff, help us out. Hit that subscribe button and share it, comment, tell us, what I did wrong on this deal, and then nothing go right on this deal. I messed the whole thing up. Should have just turned the camera off that night and went on to bed. Alright, here we come with the drop. It had already started getting dark. The camera had gone to black and white. We were still having trouble trying to see, and I knew this one adult was fighting in the trap. And about right there, my camera froze. I said, well, we got enough adults. And I had already hit the trigger to drop it. Didn't even see none of that. And then, here we go. Dropped it on them. When it came back, where I could see, after I logged back in, I see the little pig running in the background, and we had dropped her. Still a good catch. Can't be mad at us. We made a good catch on 24, but there was a lot more there that we should have caught. So we plan to go get them the next morning. That's coming up next. Y'all keep watching.
Morning, y'all. Well, it's been a little bit of time since we dropped gate. Last week of March or something, we dropped it. Today's April 25th. We've been busy. Boys have been working. I got chickens, sold chickens. Actually, as a chicken farmer, we actually work more when we don't have chickens than when we do. Colin and Kelsey had a baby and got my first grandchild. So we've been busy. Well, right after we made that last drop, we found out Dubach Deer Factory was putting on a little small friendly contest called Hogapalooza. So we're a little bit behind, but we found us some pigs and we made us a little low drop. We just to go in and check them out. So we're just to open up a series to go with this Hogapalooza, and this is going to be part 1 of Hogapalooza. Y'all don't want to miss this. It's going to be a good one. 4. Yep. All the mamas. That's what it is. Those small tillers.
Hello, I'm gonna attack you. He gonna eat though.
Count them. Count them when they get in the pile. All right, y'all get after it. Headshot. Well, we're swapping vehicles, getting in out of the Jeep into the Chevrolet. We got about a 35-minute drive to Dubach Deer Factory. You want in? You want in? You gotta make sure you're gonna get up here where you can ride shotgun. I know how you are. Yep. We back again. rough. The factory. Here we is.
How many pins do we have here?
Y'all are the fourth one. But somebody was out.
27.4.
Right here, we're adding up our total weight of all of our pigs we brought in that day.
Wow.
724.
724.8.
That's what I'm talking about. We back in it.
We're not gonna go around.
This sticker right here, I don't know if you can see it. Hunters for the Hungry. It's an awesome organization based out of Baton Rouge. Back in September of 2022, they got where they considered feral hog as a wild game, and it's done nothing but help the state of Louisiana, because as a trapper we have trouble sometimes figuring out what we're going to do with these hogs. You know, we try to give them away as much as we can, but you know, sometimes you're on a time limit. You only have so long to do something with them, or the meat's no good. So we these food banks that receive this stuff distributes, and that's what these people do, wherever they are. Right here, they make sure they get to the food banks that they need to, and they're hooked up with these processors now, since we've gotten where we can process this wild game in these processing facilities. And article I read, as of April, over 625 hogs have been processed already. That's 23,000 pounds of meat. That's a lot of meat. And this is the first Hogapalooza. Hopefully we have many more. All this meat that's going to Dubach will be distributed by Hunters for the Hungry. I'm about to drop this thing. And they will all over North Louisiana, Northeast Louisiana, Northwest Louisiana. All the food banks in that area will receive some of this, and even all the way far as down south to New Orleans and Baton Rouge will receive some of this meat that we are trapping here on in North Louisiana. And you think, well, wow, y'all are killing babies, and I have hundreds of people on here talking about us killing these little small, oh, they're so cute, these little baby pigs. Well, they're like rats to us here in the South. If you had 24 rats, that's what we trapped today, was 24. If you had 24 rats in your house eating up the wiring and destroying your linens and all that stuff and eating your food, you'd want them gone. Well, here we're the same way. I mean, we have these, like this right here. This is a planted pine plantation. I'm on the edge of a pipeline here, but this is what we have, and it is a haven for these pigs. They have everything they need here in North Louisiana. We're full of this stuff. Not mentioning the row croppers that's in the area that plant corn and cotton. The hours of manpower that they take and equipment and diesel fuel that they use to run over their crops to prepare the soil to be planted. And then when they plant, these pigs come in there and walk down the rows and just eat their seed up that they paid for. Now they got to go back, replant, more man hours, more diesel fuel. Plus now they got to worry about tearing up their equipment where they've rooted up these places. It's terrible. And now we have something to do with them. And different states have different things. Texas have waste stations where you can actually get the pigs and carry them to a waste station, and you can actually make a little money trapping them and sell them to these waste stations. I don't know exactly how everything goes in Mississippi. I know you can't tote a pig out in Mississippi. Same way in the state of Louisiana, if you do remove one from a trap and you want to transport it away from the trap, you have to have a permit. We have those permits. But I choose to do it this way. Everybody's win. They are very delicious to eat. I mean, you'll be blown away by how good they are. And these food banks, it's a no-win for everybody. And this little contest is just, I hope they have many more of them. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. It's just my little 2 bits on the whole deal. We have fun doing it. It is a sport to us. Here in the Sportsman's Paradise, we love the outdoors. We do anything we can to enjoy the outdoors. But we like to give too. We're Southern people. We like to help others. And this is nothing but that. Thank y'all for watching. Till next time, we're Fountain Farms. Till the next drop.